It is the Flow Friday Sports Show on Flow FM, and it's time to check in with Paul Dean from the Ouyen Lawn Tennis Club. Another very interesting round of tennis in the Ouyen and surrounds. And to tell us all about what happened under the lights last Friday night is the president. Paul, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks, Alice. How are you?
Not doing too badly at all. Now, Paul, before we get into it, tell us about the conditions currently with regards to the current harvest there in Ouyen.
Yeah, harvesters, the farmers are going full bore at the moment, as probably everyone knows and everyone else has too. We've had a fair bit of rain, so they've had a few stoppages throughout the duration of harvest, and there's a little bit more weather forecast for this weekend. So yeah, they're all going full bore, but most of them are probably 3/4 of the way through it or getting close to the end of it. And by all reports, the yields and the quality's been good, and I think everyone's going pretty well. But yeah, looking forward to the end of it.
Well, with Friday nights comes a bit of escapism for yourself, Paul, with tennis being on the horizon there on the Ouyen courts. So we very much look forward to previewing tonight's action. Before we do that, let's cast our minds back to last weekend, and we'll talk firstly about Speed v Kulwin. Not quite the competitive game people might have been hoping for. We did get one, but it wasn't this one. In the end, Speed getting absolutely nailed here, Paul.
Yeah, that's right. It was all cold in this one, as it was the last time. Not quite as one-sided as the last time, but not far off it. Colin won all sections pretty comfortably there to run out winners in the end there by 42 games. Quite convincing in the end. They obviously won all the three sections there. Final scores there were Colin 16 sets, 105 games, defeated Speed 2 sets to 63 games. 3-set winners there, all playing for the Colin team, were Scott Brady, Nick Vine, Ben Nile, Kai Weathers, Matt Dale-Hill, Sophie O'Shaughnessy, Chloe Brady, and Raylene Vine. So, yeah, that win actually puts them back up from top of the ladder there, thanks to the result of the other match there. So, yeah, Colin lead the way once again.
Well, you were sounding a little chirpy last week, I've got to say, Paul, with your Timbiroo team in some form. We spoke about Tarita being a potential dark horse in this game and presenting a bit of an outside challenge. In the end, they did more than that, Paul. So what happened here? The Timbiroo side being on the end of a defeat that a lot of people might not have seen coming.
No, that's right. We walked into the clubhouse at the start of the night with our chests pumped out and heads held high. You know, we're on top of the ladder. Look out, here we come. And we left at the end of the night with the tails firmly between our legs. So, yeah, Tarita came out and for the most part of the night, it was a fairly close match there. First two sections there was one game in favour of Timbiroo. There in the ladies/mixed section there, Timbiroo coming out there in front by one game. And in the men's section, there was the other way around with Tarita coming out there in front by one game. So that locked scores at 50 games each going into the last section there, the mixed section doubles there. But, Tarita took over and ran away, quite easy winners there, winning that last section by 17 games there. So, yeah, that was the final margin there. 17-game winners for Tarita. Final scores there, Tarita, 10 sets, 85 games, defeating Timbiroo, 8 sets, 68 games there. 3-set winners there were Samuel Mead, Belinda O'Brien and Brad Parsons playing for Tarita. And the 3-set winners for Timbiroo were Nigel Hamilton and Mackenzie Clark.
It's definitely a very different looking ladder going into round 9. Paul, just let us know about how that's shaped up now.
Yeah, a little bit different. Colin, as I said before, back on top of the ladder. Again, clear there, plus a little bit of percentage. Tarita slipped into second spot there, and they're looking pretty dangerous there. They might end up being up at the top end of the ladder there by the end of the season, the way they're going. They're again behind Colin there. Timbiroo sitting in third place on the same amount of wins as Tarita there. So, one loss doesn't mean the end of the season for Timbiroo, but they don't write us off. We'll be back, no doubt. Speed there, just their first two wins back in round 1 and 2. They've still got them in fourth place there. Keimer on the bottom there, just their one win there. But, if they can win this week and Speed lose, they'll be in the fourth, so they're not far off it.
Looking ahead to tonight's action, I do fear for Speed. They've got a bit of a task on their hands, I feel, with Tarita being in the blistering form they suddenly are now in, Paul.
Yeah, that's right. Speed haven't looked like it since round two, as I just said before. And Tarita, they're certainly the form team of the competition at the moment. I think they've won their last 4 in a row now. Speed have got the big job ahead of them. But, they'll be absolutely keen to turn their run of losses around and, get a bit of breathing space between themselves and Kyle at the bottom of the ladder there. So they'll be keen to win. But, I can't really see them knocking over Tarita with the way they're going at the moment.
It's been described as a danger game for your side taking on Kiamal, but I can't for the life of me quite understand why. Why don't you let us know? I mean, yes, they are the bottom side, but you should be bouncing back relatively comfortably, I would have thought, given the form guide of the season overall, Paul.
Yeah, hopefully we do bounce back, but this is definitely a danger game. Kiamal have only won one match so far, but all their losses have been narrow. I was looking through their losses just before. Their worst loss of the season was 13 games, and they had another loss by 12 games, and their other 3 losses were all by less than 10 games. So they have been losing, but not by much. And last time Timburu played Kiamal, Timburu only won by 1 game. So, this is an absolute danger game, and with Timburu, if we don't come out playing as best we can, we could easily lose this. So, we'll have to come out and do, bring our best tennis with us.
Well, I'm sure you'll go into it refocused and re-energised after being on the end of that defeat last week. Well, let's talk now about the Redcliffe's Lawn Tennis Club's big event, which is coming up in a short period of time. It'll be in 2024, Paul, but nevertheless, we'll talk about it. So could this be a case of the Ouyen Lawn Club having some involvement in this event?
Yeah, we'll try and get a few heading up there. Myself and a few others have been heading up there for the last 3 or 4 years. It's on the weekend of, basically, we've got 2 sort of separate tournaments. We've got a tournament for the juniors, which is the 10th of February and the 11th of February. Singles being the Saturday the 10th and the doubles being the 11th on the Sunday there of February. And the seniors tournament, they have the following weekend, which is 16th, 17th and 18th of February. 16th of Friday night, they have a twilight over 60s comp there. The Saturday the 17th is the singles and doubles comp. And then the Sunday, the 18th, is the mixed doubles comp. But, hopefully we can round up a few Ouyen people and anyone else who's listening in the area, get along to Redcliffe that weekend or those couple of weekends there. It's their big weekend of the year, so let's get along and support our nearest neighbouring tennis club.
You didn't get to see Nick Kyrgios on Piers Morgan, did you, Paul?
No, I didn't, I'm afraid. No, I missed that.
Oh, well, that'll be some prime time viewing for you over the weekend while you're recovering after tonight's tennis. Paul Dean, we wish you all the very best of luck with the games tonight. Thanks for speaking to us. We'll speak to you next week.
Yep, I'll check that out. Thanks, Alison. Yeah, and thank you. We'll talk next week.